Well, this is the first live or Facebook Live for efficiency in property investing. I'm just going to hang on a second, give a few people a chance to join if they are. If you're listening to this in the recording, thanks for watching, listening, watching, whatever. This is my first Facebook Live, so a little bit nerve-wracking. I've done live videos walking around before and stuff like that, but this is the first time I've actually done one live for this group. So, I'm Nick. Sorry, technical hitch there. I'm Nick Bower. I'm the host of Efficiency in Property Investing. I'm an active property investor myself, entrepreneur, and podcaster, obviously, because I've got the podcast. So, how did I get into property investing? Why? Well, back just after COVID, restructures of work and stuff like that, my job disappeared. I found myself unemployed. I've been taking early voluntary retirement. I know I don't look young enough, old enough to do that. But yeah, hit the big 6-0 this year. So I took early voluntary retirement about 5 years ago, 45 years back. And I was looking for something to do. And property has always interested me. I've always wanted to be involved in it. So I decided to do a little bit of research and find out what property's about. So, as they say in the trade, you kiss a lot of frogs along the way and you watch a lot of crap webinars and some good ones. So I started educating myself on what you needed to do to be a property investor, made a few mistakes on education-wise, bought a couple of courses that were bloody useless. So continued my search, created my company along the way before I bought a property, opened up a Starling bank account, got everything set up. I was lucky I had a little bit of inheritance to help me on the way, so I was able to get things in place. So I got hold of a local accountant, which was an accident, by the way, because I was trying to get hold of another person who I knew, and I actually accidentally emailed this accountant, who's turned out to be absolutely brilliant. So happy mistake. He set the company up for me, all the different new model things in it, whatever, and I got the Starling bank account set up when it was easier to do so. I believe it's a lot harder to get one set up now. So I'm looking around, I'm doing lots of these webinars, I'm starting to view properties and I'm taking notes from all these different people, and I'm watching the likes of Simon Tucci, Aaron Curry, Cam Davidi, Rob Moore. Kevin McDonald didn't seem too much on the scene then, but Kevin Paneskis was. I was watching all these dudes. The ones I mentioned, they go right. There's a couple of watches that weren't so good, which I won't mention because I'm not going to badmouth them on here. But I was looking around for someone to mentor me. I ended up with Premier Property at the time, with Cam Davidi, and I bought onto his membership scheme. And in fact, the first year I was the fastest moving member. I won the award for the fastest beginner in property. I had 3 properties completed in under 3 months, investment properties. 2 were tenants in situ, 1 was a refurb. And we had an offer accepted on a 4th. So Christmas comes and goes, and I'm back viewing properties again. This offer's in the background. We're just starting to refurb the property on Seymour Street, which is the one that wasn't tenanted, and disaster strikes. I fell down a flight of stairs, backwards, head first, hit every stair on the way down, landed in the back. I think the only thing that saved me from either being in a wheelchair or worse was loads of packs of plastic bottles of Coca-Cola, which I hit. And I've done martial arts for years, so I knew to keep my head up. I think that's what saved me. And I hit that, and I felt my back go crunch like that, and it was wasn't pain all the time. It was just crunch like that. Anyway, I'm lying there. The viewing agent's panicking. Oh, call an ambulance. I'm going, no, don't call an ambulance. I'm tough. I'm male. I can tough this out. Anyway, cut a long story short, the viewing agent had to drive me home because I couldn't drive the car because my vision was going. If you imagine a vertical hole going on TV, that's what it would be doing, and it steadied off. So he agreed to drive me home, didn't call an ambulance. 36 hours later, paramedics come out, have to take me to hospital because I couldn't move. My wife obviously was a bit upset about this and worried, and we had to get the paramedics out. And by the way, our NHS is second to none. Really is. I can't thank them enough for how they helped me. So got the ambulance, and the ambulance paramedics going, you do realise when you get to A&E, they are going to be really making a fuss of you. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, you've got a back injury and you didn't go straight away. You know, potential spine injury. So you should be, you know, you should have gone straight away. So they're going to panic and they're going to be doing all sorts of tests. So expect them to make a fuss of you. So sure enough, getting to A&E, I got a right royal bollocking off the registrar in A&E. She really tore me down the strip for not going when I first broke my back. Anyway, after that, she looked after me and they gave me some, what they call it, liquid paracetamol for a drip and some morphine and whatever, and I felt fantastic for a bit anyway. And then they did all the tests and whatever, and it turned out I'd actually fractured 4 vertebrae, 2 thoracic and 2 lumbar. Quite serious. If it drops out a bit, there's a slow connection here, so just apologies, folks. It keeps dropping in and out. So quite serious, and the specialist came down to see me. He said, you've been very, very lucky. He said, nothing's moved in your back, so you fractured your vertebra, but it stayed in one position. So what are you going to do? Surgery? He went, no. We're going to give you a back brace and send you home. And what they did was they gave me the back brace, which basically you have to wear every time you're walking around or getting out of bed. You only take it off when you go to bed. And it just holds you back in position. And it was like a straight jacket almost, I suppose. And then I was put on the Walton Hospital to get in their spinal unit, and they looked after me after that. And that's when I found, originally thought 3 vertebrae, and that's when I found out I actually 4 when they re-examined the x-rays and tests. But hey, so that put me off the road for about, it put me off the road for about 3 months, to be honest with you. And so in the meantime, I've got a property sitting there empty. I don't know what to do. I'm frustrated. I can't do anything. So what did I do? I've got to do something. So what I did, I signed up for an online course and qualified to become an EPC assessor and retrofit assessor, because I could do it online. And they were still doing online courses at the time. So that was my off time. Not so much to become an assessor, more to know how it works. I could see it becoming a big issue, which it has become for property investors. So I did all that training, and then this property sitting there. My friend, who sadly passed away last year, Martin, come round. He said, I'm going to help you. And he was a heating engineer. He said, we're going to work on this property together. I'll drive you around in your car. We'll get you to properties. We'll get you to view properties. I'll sort it. And the guy was a diamond. I learned so much off working with Martin. I suppose really he was my first mentor in the fact of doing work on property. And I learned so much. I could never be so grateful to him. And it started, we worked almost until he passed away, unfortunately. And great guy. Still get a little bit emotional about it. I really miss the guy. He's my best buddy, so you know that. But he helped me through that stage, and he would drive me there. I'd do what I could, and he'd be doing most of the work, to be fair to it. And we got through it. And then we took on another house a little bit later on, which was a full back to brick renovation, and we worked together on that. And I learned again so much off him. And so that's how I got into property investing. So we've got a small portfolio now. I'm not making a fortune. I'm making a living. I'm not a millionaire yet. I will be. Tell you now, I'll get there, believe me. But we've got a small portfolio. We're on to property number 6 now. We're just finishing it off. We're going to get rented out. And then I'm looking around, actually viewing properties this morning, this afternoon, looking around for the next project. So in between that, I got into podcasting. How did I get into that? Well, I happened to attend an online course with a fellow called Kane Barron from Progressive Media, as it was then. It's now Disruptive Media. And the online course is like a day's sampler and whatever. And then I did a 3-day online course, which was great. Then I left it a year and did absolutely bugger all. And then the course came back up again. So I went and did the 1 day again. And I signed up to do the 4-day intensive training with Kane and Ash Morris down in Peterborough. So I did that. And I was umming and ahhing about whether to sign up properly and get a podcast starting. Anyway, talking to Kane and talking to Ash, I decided, yeah, let's go for it. Let's take the hit on the money. Let's get it going. So we're working towards getting it out. I launched the podcast, I think it was February this year, end of January, beginning of February this year. We've now got about 9,000 subscribers, thousands and thousands of uploads, downloads, whatever you want to call them. And while it's now been audio only, we are looking, just me doing the content, I'm looking to now start to move on to guests and potentially onto videos in the end. Not yet. I don't think I'm quite ready for that. I want to get the interviewing of the guests right first. So we're looking for guests. I've got a couple confirmed already. A very good mortgage broker, top of the market mortgage broker. Another one who's a Facebook marketeer, expert in marketing. A couple of us estate agents, letting agents. I'm looking, engaging with a couple of solicitors and getting them on board. And then I'm hoping to get some bigger names. I've just started liaising with a landlord association, and I'm hoping to get their main person, as a interviewee for the podcast. So that's the progress. We get a new episode out every Friday. One's just come out today, and that's all about the decent home standards and what you really need to know about private rented sector and having the correct standard for your property. So that's out today. So there's a link in the group, and I put a link out on Facebook. Please like, subscribe and share. Sharing costs absolutely nothing, but it means a huge amount to me, and I'm so grateful for the continued support from everyone. It means a huge amount to me. We are currently looking to get sponsorship now for the podcast from companies. So I'm not. The podcast is free to listen to, free to download. It always will be. I'm looking to make my money off sponsors coming in on to sponsor me. So what I've envisaged this group becoming, this efficiency and property investing group, is not somewhere where people are applying deals or applying whatever, but it's just somewhere where people can come for help, advice, support in the property investment journey. I want to give a little bit back now. The podcast is giving a little bit back. Yes, I want to monetize it, but I don't want to monetize it through people who are listening to it. I want to monetize it through sponsors, the big boys. So I want to create a community, build a community of property investors that help each other. And it doesn't matter if you're just starting out or if you're an experienced one. Everyone should be a member. Join up, because everyone's got good and bad experiences to share along the way. And I'm a great believer that every day is a school day. You can learn every day. We never know everything. I've been property investing for 5 years or so. No way do I know it all. But people who've been property investing for 30 years will tell you exactly the same thing. They don't know it all. So everyone's going to start somewhere. And Rob Moore always says every winner is always a beginner. And I like Rob Moore. Rob Moore's one of my current mentors at the moment through a Millionaire Maker group I happen to win a place from. Rob Moore runs, he's part owner of Disruptive Media, but he runs Progressive Property with Mark Homer. And he ran a Make Cash Challenge, which I won. I got third place in last year. And part of the prize was to join this Millionaire Maker group that people pay tens of thousands of pounds to join. And I got to join for free for life until I'm a millionaire. So I will be a millionaire because I've got millionaires helping me. So I'll get there. It's going to take me maybe another year or so, but we'll get there. In the meantime, we had a hard year last year, to be honest. It's not, and property investing is not a get-rich-quick scheme, by the way. If you think it is, it ain't. It's get wealthy over a length of time. Not necessarily a long period of time, but over a length of time. You won't get rich overnight. Seriously. So if you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, I can never get that bloody word out, go elsewhere, because property's not for you. If you want to get wealthy and have a passive income over a period of time, passive income while you build your wealth, then property investing is for you. Definitely. And you do need some money to start. All these people say you don't need any money to start. It's absolute BS, to be honest with you. You always need a few grand to get set up with your company and accountants and bank accounts, etc., and whatever compliance you need to jump through. I do a lot of my episodes on compliance and what you need to know. So how to find a solicitor, how to find your accountant, how to find a good letting agent, top 10 mistakes, top 10 tips. We do all that sort of stuff. I'm covering the Renters' Rights Bill when it's finalised, but actually Decent Home Standards episode that's out now is part of that. So please listen to that episode. It's out today, but there's also a whole host there. And I go, anything to do with property, I'm going to cover. And I'm going to try and cut through all the tech terminology and bullshit and whatever and give you that true version. That version of, it'd be my take on it. And I don't claim to know it all about it. So if I make mistakes, I'll be dead honest, and I've made a mistake, I will tell you. But I try to do all my own research. Obviously, I'm using, with the help of AI now, it's a godsend when you're researching for episodes. I've got a whole list of I think we've got 33 episodes out now. I think this week was our 33rd. I think when it gets around to the 50th, that's when I'm going to start interviews. So another 17 weeks, most probably. Maybe a little bit less, I don't know, maybe 40. We'll see. But I also want suggestions for topics for the podcast off you. So if you want to know something about property investing, throw it in the comments of the podcast below, of the Facebook Live below, or into the group, and let's do a bit of crowdsourcing for topics. You know, it's always good to get people engaged. And the other thing you want, suggestions for guests. I've got an idea of guests I want, and I'm targeting different people. Like I said, I've got a few people taking up now. Very keen. The Mortgage Broker wants to do 2 episodes with me. One, a general one on how to apply for mortgages and what you'll get, and another one on social housing, which is very topical at the moment. I'm targeting, like I said, top man in a landlord association. I'm quite hopeful of getting him on board as well. There's an architect I know, a very, very good architect that used to advise councils. I think he still does, to be honest, on their planning policy. I'm trying to get him involved. I've got some local letting agents and estate agents that are going to drop in and give their overview of the property industry. But I'm open to people suggesting other people to me. So I'm happy I'm going to interview people at the beginning of the property journey. I want to interview people that are in the middle of the property journey. And I want to interview those people who have made it and are now financially free. You know, that's the big thing for a lot of people. For me, financial freedom, not so much location freedom, is everything. I've always said that right from the start. You need a why. So people always have this why. So you need a why. You do. Why do you do it? To make money. That's not a good enough why. You want to be really specific on what your why is. Now, my why is I want to be able to go away, if I want to, for 3 months every winter to Thailand to get away from the winter. That's my why. That's what I work to every year. So the last 3 years we've been away. I'm not sure where we're going to get it this year, but I'm doing my damnedest to get the money on board for it. I can run my business from anywhere in the world, so location freedom is great. If we're refurbing properties, so I'll break that down a bit. If we refurb properties, whereas I used to do all the work myself, I've sort of stepped back after my best friend passed away, Martin, last year. I've had to, because he did so much of the work with me, being a heating engineer and plumber, I've had to step back a little bit from doing that. I still like to get my hands dirty. I still do the rip out. I'll still do the decorating if I can. But a lot of contractors on board now. And if I go away, I work really closely with my letting agent, and he will actually project manage the refurb if I'm away. Send me videos, photographs, because you only have a phone call away now. You can be in touch. We can be live chatting on WhatsApp, and he can show me what he's done in the property. So it works really well. And obviously, the podcast can be done abroad. In fact, I launched the podcast from Thailand. I was in Thailand recording episodes, and my podcast launch was from Thailand. So location freedom has been everything for me. So I'm a single buy-to-let investor at the moment, but I'm looking now to move in more into residential commercial stuff. I've got some really interesting projects coming up, which are still in the planning stage. But I'm not a mentor. I'm not looking to mentor people. I will share what I do. I will look to do some free webinars in the future on different subjects if you want to throw some suggestions down there. And we might get a proper membership site up and running at some point. You guys on the ground now will have free access to any of that, guaranteed. If you're joined up by the end of this September, I will guarantee any webinar, membership site, etc., you are all going to be free members if I decide to charge for it. Guaranteed. Because I want to give so much value to you guys as well. So please, when you're engaging with the group, no selling deals. That's not on. Okay, we're not here to spam people with deals. It's advice, it's support, help, stuff like that. Don't share your personal details online. It's not safe. That's my advice. What you do, obviously, I can't stop you doing it, but that's what I'd advise you. Unless you know the person really well. Make contact over Facebook, share your stuff through the group, share your projects that you're doing, how you're getting along with them. I will be sharing my projects as I get along. In fact, I've got a video to share maybe later on today, maybe tomorrow. I was going to share a couple of videos of properties I've viewed as well. So share your experiences as well, because people learn from experience. Really do. Good and bad. So we had a bad experience just recently. I went to refinance a property and the mortgage company rejected us. So disappointing. You take a step back, you have to breathe. Believe me, that's key. And then we just think your way around it. We've already got a mortgage agreed for another project with someone else. We go and see them, and they've already agreed to lend us money, so it's going to be fine. But those little things will come along, and these little bumps in the road. And so if everyone's together and helping themselves along, you can share your experience of how you got over those hurdles. And that's how we'll learn from, you learn from each other. So I'm always here for advice. If you need any advice, my speciality most probably is due diligence and health and safety, believe it or not. I used to be a branch health and safety officer for Unison. I used to sit on the National Health and Safety Committee for them and stuff like that. So I'm very aware of health and safety, asbestos, all sorts. I've actually taught health and safety in the past, risk assessments and stuff like that. So if you have any health and safety questions, fire them at me. Due diligence is my speciality, and I might run a little course on that. So due diligence, basically, people think of due diligence in property of just the stuff you do after you put your offer in. It's not. It's not what you do. Due diligence should be done from the very start of your property journey, looking at whether it's right for you. And then as you go along, you do your due diligence on your solicitor, on your letting agent, on your estate agent. You do the due diligence thing all the time. You don't stop doing it. It's not just as you do the property. So that's my speciality. I'm actually writing, to be honest, I'm writing a little bit of a course on it. Free to you guys. Must we do a little webinar with it on, maybe a Zoom, and I'll put it out there and I'll share it with you guys first. And it will give you an idea what my take on due diligence is, as opposed to the general take. And hopefully you'll get some value out of that. Plus that, I've been around the block a few times now. I know how to find the right builder. I know how to find the right solicitor, the right electrician, the right heating engineer, the right letting agent, deal with estate agents, and the intricacies that go between them. You always learn more, but I know the basics of how to do that, and I've got my own style of doing it, I suppose, and happy to share that with you guys as well. Anyway, I think we've been running now for about 20 minutes, so I think it's time to stop. If you're watching this now, fantastic, really happy that you've given me your time today. I really appreciate that. If you're watching it and recording, fantastic. Really hope you really enjoy this. Hope you get some value out of the content. Please join the group, and please add value to the group by commenting, supporting people, etc. Share the group. Let's build a really nice community for people in property. Something that's not based around the BS of trying to sell them courses every day or selling deals every day. Something that's actually there to support people and help them move forward with their property journey. So, with that said, take no more of your time up. Thanks again for watching. Have a fantastic weekend and keep moving forward. Bye for now.